Hey everybody, today we are talking travel photography. And one of the most frequent questions that we get is what kind of gear do you carry and what kind of gear do you use while you're out there on the road? Well, let's take a look at what I actually have in my bag and what I use it for. First, the Sony RX100 IV. Perfect to throw in your pocket, take anywhere, shoots incredible 4K video, as well as it has that stabilization, a lot of other features. It comes with a very fast 1.8 Zeiss lens, so for low light stuff, it's fantastic. If you're on the run, this is the camera for you. I also carry two other bodies. My main body is the Sony a7R II, and my secondary body is the Sony a7S II. These are great, both full frame cameras. I use the a7R II as my main body, 42 megapixel, 5-axis in-body image stabilization. It has everything you need as a high-end camera as a professional photographer. The a7S II I use as my second body or for any low light situations. 12 megapixel camera, again, 165 point autofocus, in-body stabilization, both great for video and for sort of any low light or astro photography. As far as lenses go, I carry 4 lenses. My 3 main lenses are the 16 to 35 f4 Zeiss, the 24 to 70 f4 Zeiss, and the 70 to 200 f4 Sony. This gamut has really been with me for a very long time. Even when I shot Canon, this was the range of lenses that I used. It covers everything from architectural photography and landscape photography all the way up to portraiture. So with these 3 lenses, you're set for any kind of situation when you're out there traveling. I've recently added the Rokinon 14mm 2.8 to my arsenal, mainly just for astrophotography. I'm starting to get into that. This is quite economical at like 250 bucks. It's sharp from edge to edge. 14mm gives me a better field of view. So with all of this stuff, I can shoot all my travel photography, I can shoot portraiture, as well as astrophotography. So this kit sort of includes everything that you'll need to shoot while you're on the road. And you may be thinking, oh, you know, if you're a professional photographer, you want that extra stop of light with a much faster glass at 2.8. But I have found with the ISO performance and low light performance of both cameras that it's negligible. If you're looking to purchase any of these products or look for any more information on them, check in the description below. I put a link to every single one of them. Leave a message in the comments if you like, if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So what do I carry all this gear in? Well, I've been using the same bag for about 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. It's the f-stop Loka. Here's what she looks like right here. What I love about this bag is that the front part is not how you access the bag. It's from the back. So it prevents for any theft or anything like that. And especially if you're doing adventure photography, what is great about it is that you can lay this part down on the snow or wherever you are, or wet ground, and access all your camera gear from the back so that when you actually put it back on your back to take off, your back's not all wet. So the inside of this is great, as you can see, opens up like this, and it runs on a insert system. So you can buy 3 different size inserts so that depending on what kind of camera system you have, and these inserts come in and out. So if you have, just a small setup that you're taking with you, you can have another insert, put it in here. There's still room for a coat and a bunch of other things in the top. It's very comfortable. And you can throw a water holder in there as well. It's got, for a camelback or something like that. So for an adventure photographer, a travel photographer, excellent, excellent bag. You can't talk travel photography and not talk a little bit about filters. I shoot a lot of long exposure photographs, to get that streaky water or those streaky clouds in the sky. And there's certain tools that allow me to do that. I use a particular filter system, which is the Format High-Tech system. I recommend you check them out. It's a square filter system. It's very quick to implement and very versatile. Comes with a holder. You have different mounts like this for different size lenses, and also mounts for circular polarizers. For me, I carry a range of filters. I have graduated ND filters. a 3, a 6, and a 9, which allows me to actually keep the sky dark where the foreground can stay properly exposed. So it allows me to balance out those exposures. Now, when you're looking for that streaky effect or, you know, that very smooth water, then ND filters are what you're looking for. I carry 2. I carry a 10-stop ND, which allows me to actually get that effect during the day. It stops a lot of light coming in, which allows me to slow down the shutter speed. And I also carry a 6-stop ND, which is more for maybe dusk or something like that if I want to streak lights, or if I'm shooting where I want to slow down the water in a cloudy situation. I used the Firecrest model of their filters. There's almost no color cast. They're a little bit expensive, but well worth it. Once you see, if you're getting into the heavier ND filters like this, you really want to look for something that doesn't have a color cast, because you don't want to have to be dealing with that in Photoshop in post. Another little thing I like to carry is a polarizer. This is a circular polarizer which fits on the front of this mount. So the whole system goes together. This allows me to punch up the colors a little bit more, or even give me a stop and a half more neutral density if I'm using it in combination with one of these. So if you're into landscape photography and you're looking for those kind of effects, I highly recommend a filter system like the Format High-Tech system. I can't talk about travel photography and not talk about tripods. I've used quite a few tripods in my days and found that it's worth paying the extra money for a piece of gear that you're going to have for a longer amount of time. I've recently purchased last year the Gitzo GT2542 Mountaineer series. It's a carbon fiber tripod, again quite expensive at like $800. But when I look at all the money that I've spent on other tripods that I've had to go through and they haven't really cut the mustard, then spending the money on a quality product like this really has its advantages. I'll have this forever. It has a lifetime warranty. It's super durable. Excellent, excellent tripod. And I use that in combination with a Manfrotto head. This is the MH-054 Q5 head. I like to use a ball head just because it's so much more versatile. In any situation, it's for quick framing, anything like that. Ball head's really good. It's made of magnesium, so it's super durable. Put these two together, and they are a little bit, the head is a little bit heavy, definitely, but it's worth carrying a little bit extra weight to get those super steady shots. I just wanted to quickly touch on accessories. These are not necessary things, but they're things that I carry. I have an underwater housing for the Sony RX100 IV, fantastic for kayaking or any kind of water activities. I also carry a cable release. I know that Sony has, you can do this through apps, but I find using the release is what I'm used to. It does a really great job. And this is quite cheap. It's the Velo Shutter Boss 2. Fits right in there, allows you to do time lapses and long exposures and things like that without having to touch the shutter button. You should also look into, if you're looking for straps, the Black Rapid system. These are the top of the line. Almost everybody I know uses them. They're versatile. They screw right into the tripod mount in the bottom of your camera, and they're very, very comfortable. When you're talking memory cards, we carry quite a ton. I would say I wouldn't travel with any less than 10, just because we have so many different cameras and such. This little case here, hard case, I recommend for carrying all your memory cards in. Keeps them safe, keeps them from getting lost, which I have lost mine many, many times. So these accessories are, again, not things that you necessarily need, but they make your photography a little more comfortable, a little more convenient, a little bit more safe, and keeps your equipment actually safe. So that should do it. That's a look at our travel photography gear and what we carry while we're on the road. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We do new videos every Sunday.